Hi, eighth graders. I miss seeing your faces in person in our classroom, but I'm grateful that we can be together this way. And the whole team of teachers have worked to pull something together this week so that we can kick off our final unit we had planned for the year called Why Do Organisms Look the Way They Do? We can build it in a way that you'll be able to complete it at your pace, your way at home, still connecting you with your peers, still pulling together the content that you need to know with the science skills that you need and trying to create it in a way that provides enough flexibility for you to do what you need to take care of yourself and your family and your loved ones, while also continuing your learning and using this to help keep your brain active and engaged and have a place to kind of escape into thinking scientifically. I'd like to give you a tour of what we have posted on the learning document for this week to take you through the whole week so that you have the instructions explained verbally and you can come back to this video anytime it's helpful. You might note at the top that Mrs. Finch's office hours, Mrs. Steiner's office hours are both from 1 to 3 p.m. every day, which means that during that time, we will respond right away to emails. It means that that's a great time to schedule a Google Hangout meet with us, but that's not the only time you can reach out to us. In the same way that during your regular school class period is a great time to find us, but we're there during guided study and before school and after school and by email. That's still true. So anytime you're stuck or confused or just want to reach out and say hi, send us an email, request a Google Hangout meet. We're here for you. We want to help you. It's much easier if you let us know how we can help you or how you'd like us to connect, and then we can meet you where you are and what you need. So on to our tour of the week. On Monday, we're going to focus on our graphing skill that we've been building all year. And we're going to apply our graphing skill to the data about genetics and heredity that we've started to collect last week in the form that you filled out about yourself and other people in your household. So you're going to open a Google Slides doc called Monday Graphing Our Data. All of these documents, everything you need is posted in Google Classroom this week as one assignment so that it's all together and doesn't clog the classroom. By the way, if that doesn't work for you, that'd be a great thing to give us feedback about, and we can change it for the next week. None of us know the right way to go about doing learning this way, so we're all learning together. Your feedback is incredibly important. You are the target audience. You are who this needs to work for. So anytime, reach out, let us know what's working and not working for you. The Monday document looks like this, and you'll have your own copy in Google Classroom. So it'll say your name and then Monday Graphing Our Data. Now, let's say Monday you get really busy with math and you don't get to science. You can complete this Monday assignment on Tuesday. That's okay. We just tried to space it out so that if you're spending a little bit of time in each class all week, that this will work for you. But if you found other things that work for you, you know you best. You are the expert in you. Do what works for you. We called it Monday just so that you know that this is what was discussed in the Monday part of the document, and that it makes sense to do this piece first. You'll notice that all of our slide decks for this new unit have the same framework, just to kind of help in the same way that when you get into a classroom, you've got that space and those posters that kind of help your brain get into that mode. We wanted you to have that in online school also. So the same frame is around all of the Google Slides so that you can kind of help get your brain, oh yeah, I'm talking about science now. One of the other things that's consistent across all the documents is if it's just information for you, like this title slide, the background is white. If there's something that you need to do, I made the background neon yellow, so it'll jump out and say, focus here, you need to do something here. So for graphing our data, it's going to give you a link to the spreadsheet that you need that has the data in it. And then there's 3 different levels that you can use to tackle this assignment. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Pick what's right for you today. Maybe today you really need a challenge. Maybe today you really need the easiest. Maybe you really need the middle. Pick what makes it work for you. So coming back to our document, you can see that there's a second task listed for Monday, and that is to help you plan ahead for Thursday. Thursday is the day you're going to share your work with a peer and give each other feedback. We don't want to lose the important part of our classroom community where we shared ideas with each other and helped to develop each other's thinking. We want to add that in here as well. So there is a form, and when you click it, I'll show you what it looks like to help you select a peer with whom you would like to work. So you're going to put in your name, what block you had science. That doesn't have to be the block you pick a partner from. Your partner can be any person who's taking 8th grade science. It doesn't matter when they had class, when we went to the physical classroom. And then we just want to know if you already know which partner you'd like to work with. If you already have that work out, or if you have a group of 3, awesome, just let us know. If you don't and you're stuck and aren't sure how to get a partner, just say no and we'll talk you through that. And we will help you get a partner so that everyone has one. Then, the last thing listed here, I took an idea that I saw on Twitter from another teacher's son. It said, instead of assigning homework, teachers should assign home fun. So we have assigned you some optional home fun. If you decide to do the home fun, it is a gift battle. There are 5 days, there's 5 themes. So what you would do is follow that link. So if this is Monday and you're going to enter the battle of the best gift with an animal, you'll hit plus, make sure that you've got your name in there, and then you can add your GIF in that note. That will make a column of all of them. We can go through and like them and see. Please make sure that they're school appropriate, but they don't have to be school related. This is designed to be fun, just to help us connect and do something silly together in the same way that often we did silly things in the classroom. So that goes through all of Monday. The slide deck about data, the telling your teacher your plan about working with a partner, and then if you choose to, the gift battle. That's not graded. It doesn't matter if you choose to do that or not. That's up to you. Let's move on to Tuesday. On Tuesday is our unit kickoff day where we're going to work on asking questions. If we were in the classroom, this is when we would cover our wall in Post-it notes, but that's okay. We can make that happen here. There's another slide deck called Tuesday, Introduction to Our New Unit. As you look at this, what we've started with is to create our phenomenon. That's something that we all look at together and wonder. There's a short video clip embedded here. And then I started to ask some questions with screenshots from the video to help us start to think about what we might wonder. There's a section when it talks about how these ideas developed over time. So there's some questions about that. And then there's a couple of application questions that also come up in the video. So because those have a white background, you don't have to do anything except read those. That's information from us to you. The last slide is neon yellow, which again stands out. Do something here. And this is where you'll add the questions you would have put on a Post-it note. What do you want to know about genetics? What do you want to know about why organisms look the way they do? At the end of Tuesday, it lists the exact same link to the same home fun gift battle if you want to. Leading on to Wednesday. Wednesday, we're going to move to our other skill of writing claim and supporting it with evidence. This is also going to connect us to the reading and thinking about how these things apply to our lives. The slide deck with all the directions for this day is called Wednesday, How Do We Get Our Traits? And it links to iQuest Reading 1.3. I put in here a PDF of the reading so that you don't have to log into iQuest. If you do choose to log into your online iQuest book, I gave you the link for that as well. Remember that your login is the same as your login for everything else in your school world. You just have to be at that link first. If you go into the online, it will read out loud to you. Because this one's neon yellow, you have to do something here. You're going to read, and then there's some questions to help you through the reading. It tells you which page you'll find the answer on. And then the last two pages help apply this to the idea of athletic ability. So you're going to write your ideas of what you think about how this relates to athletic ability. Now let's move on to looking at Thursday. Thursday, your task is to send out the work that you've done, any one piece of what you've done so far. You could send your graph, or you could send the questions you asked, or you could send your answers to the questions from the reading. You're going to send those to the peer that you selected. You put that into a form on Monday. Your teacher helped if you needed a chance to some help to find a peer. And then I've given you a document that's linked here with some strategies you might want to use to ask for feedback from that peer. You might want to give them some specific requests of what you'd like them to look at. So up here, there's some overviews about how to be supportive. Remember, we want our feedback to our peers to be supportive, helpful, and kind. So that means, specific, helpful, and kind. Specific, instead of just good job, what was good about it? Specifically, what do you notice and what do you wonder? Helpful, it's not helpful if they only say good things or only say bad things, but being able to be that critical friend and push on their thinking a little bit. And then finally, kind, be nice to this person. They're working hard, they're doing their best in a really weird situation. I've given you some possible wording that you might want to use to ask for that feedback from your peer, and also some possible wording that you might want to use to give that feedback, just to help you get started if that's helpful for you. So that's on peer review day. Once you get the work from your peer, you're going to give feedback back to that peer. Please copy your teacher when you're giving the feedback back, and we'll give you credit for having engaged in that work. We can also give you feedback about your ability to give feedback. The same way that we would in a classroom, we'll all work together to adjust to this new way of being and learning together. Because we thought that that might be potentially difficult, we've already posted a Google Meet for during the office hours on that day in case you need any support with that. But we're around during office hours all of the days, and we're also around by email non-office hours on the other times. Just let us know. Finally, that brings us to Friday. Friday, we're going to review and pull it all together. There's one review that you're going to do for you and one piece of feedback that you're going to give to us as a teacher team. So the feedback for you is in your Google Classroom in the same assignment as all the other work. And we numbered this one number 25, your reflection on learning, because each week we'll come back to it. It's one page turned sideways, and then there's a row for each week where you'll answer the same questions. I put at the top, this document is going to be your reflection space for the whole rest of the year, no matter when we return to school. So even if we're back in the classroom, we'll keep going with this document. Something you might notice that you might find kind of exciting is that this is it. This is the whole rest of the school year. It fits in this one document. There's only 9 weeks, including this week, until we're out for the summer. The questions are, how are you and your family right now? This is the one that's most important to us. It gives us a chance to just check in and see how you are, what you need, how we might be able to be supportive. Asks you what you worked on this week, what you learned about the science content, what you learned about science skills. So we're trying to help you think about your thinking in both of these things that we're pulling together. What do you want to be, what do you want to work on learning or work on getting better at next week? You are the most important audience for your skills. You know what you know. You know how easy or difficult things are for you, and you know how to push yourself just enough that you get a chance to grow and get better without pushing yourself too much where you get overwhelmed and frustrated. And then, is there anything you've learned about yourself from this experience? I know that having all this time at home has taught me a lot about myself that I didn't know before, and I'm a lot older than you. So, that reflection on there we will see, but it's to help you process your thinking. There's also a link to give feedback to your teachers. So, this is a short form that will ask about Once we set this up and how that worked or didn't work for you. Finally, post it over here all week. If you have something old from quarter 3 that you want to hand in, you can. We won't add any new assignments, but if you've got some old work you need to work on, let us know. We'll work with you on that. If you've been working on a tree journal, hopefully that's been restful and enjoyable and you could continue that. And then finally, if you want to keep playing the